Welcome. Thank you for your patience on this lovely Tuesday morning.
We need to get that little broadcast technical difficulties screen.
No, we do. We do. Because I've seen some on some of the other streamers, and I'm like, it's kind of, and they have some really cute ones out there.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty good ones.
Yeah. Well, today's a really great day. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it is because today. Oh, they can hear us.
Oh,
our ladies are on. It is a great day because it is my son's birthday. Is Zeke? Yeah, he is a great child. 10 years old, double digits.
The Big Ten. Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, he's in Boy Scouts, so we just had to have this like weird, like for him to earn a patch, they had to have like this like really awkward conversation about like unsafe touches,
right?
And like adult abuse of like different types, and it was a little awkward. Not gonna lie, but it's really good that they teach him that at 10, like this young, you know.
I think that is. I think that 10 is an appropriate age to kind of.
I think it is too, because I think a lot of problems that at least that I know from experience of like friends and family, it always starts at like 11 or 12. So I think like letting them be aware of what's the future brings at 10 makes them prepared, so that maybe all that crap doesn't happen. That's really nice.
I don't want to interrupt you guys. Your guys' video is not running. Have you tried? Are you still using video in a different program?
Yes.
Is it possible to, because you can be in voice chat with us and turn the video off, and it'll help the quality because you're using less bandwidth. So if you just like, in Discord, there's a little turn off camera button, and then you turn it back on, turn it off, that'll help with the bandwidth, and make everything fun.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Ferris, Desmodian, J-Maid, thank you for joining, and it's nice to have everybody in here today, just joining in our fuckery of a shit show of a circus that is Twitch and its technology.
That is okay. I just realized we should probably start with our introductions. Hi, I'm Mako Gramling, the Bard Creative.
And I am Cindy Munoz, the High Priestess 710.
And today is Tuesday, Cleric Talks, where we talk about things on Tuesdays.
Yes, we just talked about some things.
So we have a show planned for you guys that we are currently fixing in a moment.
Is it planned? Is it planned?
It is planned. It's planned enough. We figured we would do this today and stuff. Following that, so we're going to do our morning announcements, which we always do. It's going to be pretty short. Friendly reminder, Emerald City Comic Con here in the Northwest is coming up March 12th to the 15th. If you get a chance to show up, be there. Cleric Games is going to be there. We're going to be running games, causing trouble.
Always causing trouble. I mean, we have some big things planned for the trouble that we're going to be causing.
Like Cindy's going to DM.
I'm going to DM. I'm DMing my little Everon little get up that I'm doing, and then we have some pretty big things planned for what's going on in Avernus right now in Season 9 in AL. So the Cleric has been working very hard on putting some pretty amazing people together to create a really fun experience. I'm really excited about what we're bringing to ECC.
The super surprise that may or may not immerse you 100% in hell.
Let's just say that the Cleric was like, so how do we get a casket? I said, what? I said, he's all, we gotta look into buying a casket.
Do you have one?
As much as
no, I just told him that we could probably go to like a theater rental place.
I have one.
Oh, see? See?
I literally can't get you guys anywhere.
You shall receive. What's the worst that the universe is gonna say? No.
So there's that, apparently. Other than Emerald City coming up, we also last Thursday ran our test game at the Foxy Lady Bar.
Excuse me. Yes, we did. I did not get to DM that day because I had driven down and had misscheduled my son's recorder recital. And so I showed up a little late because, hey, I drove for 4 hours with Josh in that goddamn truck all the way down from Eastern Washington.
You love that truck. It's your favorite truck.
Oh, I hate that truck.
It's great.
That truck's it's okay.
Get
As
it
long as it
recorded?
gets Josh back to the farm safe. That's all that matters. But yes, he had a recorder recital, and so I was a little far behind. Lee saved the night. Lee was amazing.
Yeah, shout out to Lee. That was
The Midnight Cleric.
Yes. He did a...
Known as Jasper here at the table.
Yes. So those of you guys who have watched the shows on Thursdays where we did the Essentials kits.
Yes.
You guys got a little taste of what the Midnight Cleric is like.
Yes, and he is pretty amazing when he is given the opportunity to DM.
Yeah.
Especially DM in a 21 and up atmosphere where he created a brothel of Sioux Night.
Yeah.
And no one wanted to go there, and I was really disappointed, but he's like, it's still there, and they will have to visit it at some point. And I was like, ooh, I can't wait. But I will not be listening because I will be guiding people in Eberron every other Thursday. Because I will be starting for sure, next Thursday, the Eberron. Beginning of the, well, it's not AL, but it's like the...
It's AL.
It's
Eberron AL.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
technically.
Eberel.
Eberonal. Eberonal! There you go.
No.
Or EBO1 to be exact, am I not?
Yes.
Something like that. But yeah, so if you guys would like to, if you're in the Tacoma area or more so it's like Tacoma Spanaway, please join us at the Foxy Lady Bar and Cafe where you will be greeted and made drinks and served food by our lovely little goblin Kristen.
Yeah, who actually makes custom drink lists every not every session, but every couple of sessions.
She is going to create something special for the Eberron Dragons.
She told me about it, and I'm very excited. I think
so
it's
excited.
gonna look amazing.
I know. She's gonna. It's pretty hot.
It's pretty hot.
I had to get a little Paris Hilton on you. It's so
hot.
hot. It's hot. It's real hot.
And then
I want to thank everybody that's been subscribing because we're about to meet the majority of these people that have been subscribing here, and you guys are gonna love them. If you're already here and you're here for them, welcome and thank you for joining us. If you are not, you are in for a treat.
So there is there's a group of people who play some D&D. They made
There's a group of people.
They're a group of people who play the D&Ds. Tonight is their 20th episode. They stream every Tuesday from... It's late. You guys stream late. It's like at 7.
6 to 9.
6 to 9. So, yeah,
That's a good time.
It's a good Twitch. It says 6 p.m. till late.
So without further ado...
Whenever the DM allows them to leave, pretty much, is that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
We borrowed a couple of the Delvers. I would like to introduce Jamie, Amanda, and Spoopy. Welcome to Cleric Talk.
Dude. I'm sorry, Mikey, but I gotta tell you something. There's been something that's going on behind your back lately.
What's happening now?
So Joe's been hitting me up, and he sent me some epic pictures of his hair that's been growing out. And Joe is trying to challenge you, I believe, to a hair contest.
All I do is I look over and all I see is Michael's hair sucks.
I had to say something so that you were not like, what the fuck is Joe talking about? So like now we know what the fuck Joe's talking about. He is talking about.
Is Joe trying to challenge me in a hair off?
He's trying. Yes.
Are you trying to get? I mean, I can go big.
I don't know.
And go home.
Look I'm willing to put some stuff down on this. I'm willing to put some, maybe even make
A wager?
a wager of some sort.
Challenge accepted.
All right,
Anyways.
we'll figure this out off stream, and then we'll come back and let everybody know what's going on with this.
Yes, let's get to why we're actually here. Delvin in Deep. If you guys don't know, follow uncommon. I have a
Underscore gaming.
Say it for me.
Uncommon underscore gaming.
Uncommon underscore gaming. Twitch.
We're gonna put it up. Ben's putting it up because Mikey and I are mups.
I had a whole list of notes and I don't know where I put them, which is strange because I haven't really moved.
Oh my God.
Anyways, so let's jump into it. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Yep. Thank you for having us.
Let's kick it off with a couple of questions. Jamie, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself, tell us a little bit about your character.
And Jamie, thank you so much for the bits. Very sweet. Thank you.
So many bits.
I'm Jamie. I play 2 characters in 2 different campaigns that are related. The first one is Joy, Juniper Joy Blue Moon. She is a human druid. She likes to collect things, and she's kind of possessive of her things. And then the second character I play is Granite Jade Blue Moon, who is a gnome paladin for one of the gods in our world, the god Sanalis, which is the nature god, and the god of chaotic good.
And you said they were related?
So Granite is, Joy calls her Granny, short for Granite, but they're technically sisters because Joy was adopted.
Got it. Okay. Amanda, welcome to the show. Tell us who you are, who you play.
I'm Amanda, and I play Kiaran Zoland, also known as Kia. She's relatively the youngest person in the party. She's a 30-year-old dark elf. And she's really holds no allegiance to any land or god. Just kind of does her own thing while helping the crew out. While
Nice.
also seeking out vengeance for her past crew.
And Spooby, welcome to the show. Who are you and what do you do?
I am Spoopy Art Ghost, and I am spoopy as heck today. And I play in the Deputized Delvers with Granny. I am Finn. I am a changeling and a rogue.
So you guys
having
have
a lot of
been playing some D&D together for. It's going to be your 20th episode now.
Well, wait. I don't want to go over anything really quick. I kind of want to touch on something while we're on the subject of Spoopy right now.
Okay.
She's a pretty amazing artist. Have you seen some of the art?
The hashtag NSFW. Hashtag.
So
damn.
And I've heard of some that are apparently may or may not be floating around.
In game and out of game.
Yes. Now, one of my favorite drawings is that she sent. If Ben can pull it up, this one right here. That's in this chat. It's of one of your guys' fellow players. I thoroughly enjoy the visuals of this player, and then when he starts to talk with his deep voice, I think it's Nox. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
It's like so perfect. It's so perfect.
See the.
Oh man,
see the
I hope
beard
he's in
he
chat
has?
right now. I don't think he is, but I
try
really
it.
wish he was.
I mean, look at that. And this is apparently him. Apparently,
No,
this is
that's
him
not
as a barista.
That's Game Jockey.
That's a
love
brief
it.
stint he did in service to his god.
God of Coffee and other things.
Krolom's cup.
We god of freedom.
I think
I mean,
the
coffee
majority
is
of us
freedom,
worship
if
that
you really
god
think about it.
slightly.
Just a smidgen.
I
Just a
think
smidge.
Cologne was based off of Seattle. I really do. Like Port Town, addictive coffee.
Basically Starbucks.
Yeah.
He looks like the kind of guy that's like, "Hi, what can I get you today?"
No, but then he does the voice too, and it just adds to the whole entire like aesthetic of it. It's even more perfect.
Connor is amazing.
So yes, what does Desmond say? Or Desmodian and Nox can throw drumsticks pretty damn well too.
That is a specific reference to a specific thing that happened in one of the episodes. You should go watch it.
Now I'm gonna have to go watch it to find out. So
Mhm.
You can watch it on 2-speed on YouTube if you want.
yes, that's how I've been viewing it.
That's how I've been catching up
I've been watching it
and
on
remembering
YouTube
all the things I do.
because it's easy to rewind and fast forward. It stays in my history when I need to go back to it and find it easily. Twitch on my phone, it tends to be a little wonky.
I like to live life dangerously.
Yeah, I know. And then things just take longer.
Swoopy, how long have you been drawing?
I mean, I have been drawing since I was a child, obviously, but like actually producing art, as it were, has actually really only been recently. I have a fancy art tablet that I got a couple years ago that I never really got to use. But this is, thank you, Cranky.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thank you so much, Frankie.
But this is actually really the first time that I've gotten to do art that I felt comfortable sharing, that I had like a community to share it with. So this is kind of like my diving board, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
That's nice. I like it. I like the fact that that D&D can inspire all kinds of things. I'd like to put up a picture of one of the NPCs. I believe it should be appropriate.
The NPC.
The NPC.
This one or this one?
I want that
one.
I want the one.
That's
I can't see it yet, but I know what you're talking about.
Why not both?
I want
Both. You got two sides of the screen.
I want the one.
We can't unless he puts a big heart on the tush.
Why not? Hey.
I have a
hashtag free the
censored one.
buns.
Hey, I
There
have
he
no
goes.
problem. Here we're freeing the nips, all right? So
That is my boy.
My boy.
Yes.
My boy.
this
my
is the
boy.
one that I heard some stories about. So you guys want to tell me a little bit about him and why he's so special?
Oh man, where to begin with that? So you're gonna have to watch the episode to get everything. Well, the whole series because he's been in it for a while. Basically, he showed up on screen, and his personality and just force of character was so intense and just absolutely like magnetic, just absolutely drawn to him. And I apparently fell in love with this character very quickly, and I was like, well, now I have to draw fan art. He's such a neat character, and I drew fan art. And then he just like kept reoccurring, and then he joined them, and then it just kept going and going and going, and it happened, and that face is now actually the icon of Uncommon's channel points are Piles points, and that's Piles. So he became a much bigger deal than I thought he was going to be.
Oh, I love it. No, that's great. It's great when something like just from something small can build up and just focus on that. That's one of my favorite parts about Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? Is that
For me, usually it's like, like an animal. Like sometimes it's like a mule or a donkey, and that becomes like a center focal point.
Yeah.
And like that's where any artwork that any of my friends are like, oh yeah, so this is the donkey, and I'm like, but there's an NPC. You're supposed to love this one.
If Fritz is in channel, anything that has to do with a goat.
Oh yeah, all goat all day.
Anytime there's an animal, he leaves the party and goes and talks to the animals.
I like to think that on Devils and Demons that Coda stole the show. My tail, the tiefling tail with its own personality. You know, there's always that little thing that just steals the whole show, and you're like, we're gonna roll with it. And you have a sexy NPC that just completely stole the show.
Can we put the one up now?
Are you doing the other picture for me, please?
What's that?
Are you saying this will break terms and agreements? I don't think it will.
I don't know. Will it?
I don't think it's
I can send you the censored version if you want.
No, there's no censoring here.
Oh my god.
Can we just have this permanently on like our background? When it
I'm hesitant, but
don't hit the button! Hit the button!
Alright.
Oh, there it is.
So my favorite thing about this particular picture was the amount of like giggles that were happening. Like, have you seen the butt? And it was very, very fun. And I think this looks amazing. It's got great texture.
I definitely would not
Ben, make it
mind
bigger. We need a
that.
larger. We need to see the detail that's in
That
it.
is the muscles in that back.
Bigger, Ben.
Those are some glutes.
There we go. Bigger.
Oh my god, I hate you so much, Mike.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm waiting for stream to catch up. This is
Same.
great.
Oh,
Like-
there we go.
I'm waiting for you to
Nah. Can you tell us a little bit about this one?
What is there to tell? I was like, okay, there's this really sexy NPC. I wonder how sexy I can make him, and then I did. And there is a fun story. Certain people in our chat group said that he had pancake ass, and I am personally offended by this.
No.
I did adjust the picture a few different times, so I have a couple different versions
That's
that
cake.
has.
That's he's got cake,
That is
girl.
the ass of Zazap.
That is the ass of Zazap. Oh yeah. Show the you showed it for a second. There's the a close up of the detail of like the brushwork and stuff, and because I showed it to one of my friends, and they're like, "That's just a picture. Like you didn't paint that." And I was like, "No, like you can see there's little brush strokes and stuff." So, there's a message that's about to happen. Is it a request for a little bit lower? Because I was tempted. Yeah, you could do that. Do it. Sorry, we're talking to chat.
That's such a person.
Yeah, and that is the Zap's ass. That is what that is. You know how Steve Rogers is America's ass?
Yes.
That is a Zap's ass.
Good.
Casey is gonna watch this later. I hope he appreciates this because
This is magic in the making, you know what I mean? Like, we have to make sure that we expand this information to as many people as possible, because this is something that needs to be shared with the world.
share that ass.
Share that ass. Now, is this a close-up of his face? Hold on, Ben's about to put... This is the same character, correct?
Same character, yes.
Okay.
There he is. That's the original. That's the first one that I did, and I think that one really inspired the others, because when I posted that, everyone's like, "Look at that smolder, those eyes! Oh my god!" and that amazing mustache. And I'm like, "Oh god, what did I start?" And apparently, I really started it. So that's the thing. Hey, I'm being pinged.
He's got
I think
that
I was the one who
vibe
mentioned the
from,
smolder.
from Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time, or whatever it's called.
Yes.
That's what he's got.
Yes.
He's got that vibe.
I don't know. I was getting Flynn Rider vibes.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit of both, and just like I don't know how to. Man, I don't know.
Hey, you just went with your heart, and that's all that matters. And it was a good
The
choice.
best part is Casey, our DM, I asked him about it and what he would look like. He's like, just go for it. And I'm like, okay.
I can do that, and then I did, and it became a thing. It did.
Yeah.
Well,
really
I
excited.
enjoy it.
It's pretty good. It's
I don't know. I think
So,
you putting a face on it was what finally made Joy fall in love with him.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I
I'm
mean-
pretty sure low key everyone is in love with him.
I mean,
some more
yes.
hikes than others. We all have a crush on him,
Mhm.
Anthony Piles. By the way, his name is Anthony Piles, in case anyone didn't know that.
Anthony Piles. All right, there you go. Who's got the heart of everybody in the group?
Yes.
Does.
It all started with his tush.
And it
Before we knew it was there.
I think
I
it's the
just
hair. I
personally
think that's
like
where it
the-
all started, is with the hair.
I was a pretty big fan of like the curvature he had with the nose connection to the eyebrow. Like his face looked really good. I was like, I like that. He's
I'm glad y'all approve.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm like super embarrassed over here.
Well, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
And one last little shout out is like the facial features and the like the style and the hair and the facial hair is based off of Bruno Ballatore, who is my fiance, and I'm giving him a shout out because I love him.
Oh, there you go. So
anyway,
you gotta find your muse where you can. You know what I mean? And sometimes you fall in love with that muse.
And I definitely have.
That's cute. I love it. So, who's gonna take the reins right now? I want to know who's gonna tell us. Let's start with the original of the Dwellers. Who wants to kind of break it down and kind of tell us a little about that?
Or Jamie, you've watched more of the making of.
Oh yeah, I have. Okay, so this whole thing started before I was a part of it. Our DM Casey and his friend Tom created the world. There's like 22 episodes of the world that they created that we're playing in. They did it interactive with the Twitch audience, who we don't really see many of them anymore, but we now have a new Twitch audience that like interacts with the stream. So it's kind of fun and chaotic. And it makes for a lot of improv. But the world, the biggest thing to know about our world is that arcane magic has been outlawed by the gods. So if you can do it, you don't do it. And you kind of get tracked down by the tailors, which is kind of like a secret police if you use arcane magic.
Not so secret, but definitely.
Yeah, not so secret, but definitely like.
But like the FBI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the CIA.
So what kind of aesthetic do you guys put onto like this kind of feel of the show? Like what kind of vibe is it that you guys are kind of putting out there? I kind of heard that there's a lot of like steam ships and stuff like that, like a lot of Eberron influence was put into like
it's kind of it's not high fantasy, it's more like fantasy with a touch of magical technology, like magically enhanced technology. So we have one of the countries that we've just visited in our campaign has a steam train that's magically, like it's run by magic, but it's enhanced with steam. And so that's kind of one of the things that's kept them in the wars of this story. And we personally, as a crew, have a ship that used to be a Navy ship and was purchased as surplus, and then one of my character turned it into a living plant.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
So with the outlaw of with the outlaw nothing. Don't look. With the outlaw of magic, how has that influence been when you've kind of like created your own characters, and like is that I really like the idea of outlawed magic, or it's tabooing.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of that. But how did that kind of influence your guys' characters and your play?
For me, I almost always played druids, or had almost always played druids up to this point, because every time I played a warlock, I wanted to be chaotic evil, and everyone was like, no. So at first it really didn't affect me, because druids were deemed divine instead of arcane. But once we started playing, it made me kind of really mad. So I multi-classed into Bard. That's how it's affected me.
How about you, Amanda?
It didn't affect me at all. I play a lot of arcane users, and I wanted to try something different, so that's why I went fighter rogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
How's are you enjoying the fighter rogue build?
Oh, I love her.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's fun. She's a lot of fun.
What arcane, well, since you've played a lot of arcane classes, what do you have like a favorite couple of spells?
Oh man. Raise Dead. Raise Dead's always fun.
Yeah.
I think it was also Finger of Death is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I played a necromancer.
It sounds like it. What about you, Spoopy?
Spoopy doesn't play in this one. Spoopy plays in the other one, correct? Okay.
Correct. I play in the deputies game.
That's right. There's a second one, and as far as I know, that one takes place before this one, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It's about a year in the past,
Mm-hmm.
is what we have surmised.
Righteous.
So, Spoopy, do you want to tell us a little bit about this one?
You cut out. Say again. I didn't hear you.
I said, Spoopy, did you want to tell us about this one, or did you still want to leave that to Jamie to kind of break it down on how the story of the Deputy Delvers?
I would love to tell about it.
Please do.
So the deputies, as we said, takes place about a year in the past compared to the main game, and it is a group of people who have been sent to spy on the enemy nation of Ectune. We're from Loros? Yes, from Loros. We've been sent to spy on the enemy nation of Ectune, and we are sent to go to Hogwarts, basically, their magical school, the Ectune Seminary, and we're supposed to infiltrate and befriend or like get information from the son of the highest general in their country, basically the prince. And so it's funny because the first 5 episodes was just travel to get there, and we just finally got to the place, met the person, and went through our first day of classes, which was very eventful. Y'all should watch it. But without giving any spoilers, it's been amazing to see everyone get together and create these characters, and it's really fun to have a second storyline in the same universe, because what we do is going to impact what happens later because of the timelines.
Interesting. I think that's kind of cool that's... And this one's only played like once or twice a month, you guys said, right? Did I remember that correctly?
Yeah, once or twice a month, and it floats.
Mm-hmm.
It floats around whenever we can fit it in.
Whereas the Delvers is kind of a more consistent show that you guys have on your...
Yeah, that happens every Tuesday.
So, Jamie and Amanda, as you guys have played in both games, has it been difficult to be able to kind of try to keep yourselves out of the two story, like being able to separate yourselves from the two storylines so that way it doesn't kind of interact with each other?
A little bit, yeah. So the character I play in the second one was based off of an NPC that I was sending letters to. So it's hard sometimes to not just write all of the information that I know the other character needs and be like, here, have this, love you.
It's like, by the way, here's all this information that you don't know because here's all the information from the future. You can see the future now.
I like that.
That would get a little too much for me at times.
In the dark.
Yeah.
So I don't really watch the deputies.
Oh,
mostly
because
I don't want
to
have to
play in the other one.
No.
Okay, you only play in the Delvers.
Yeah.
You don't play in the deputies.
Yes.
Ah, got it. Jamie, you're the only one that plays in both of them then.
I'm the only one here that plays in both.
I see.
But we do have one other character that plays in both. It's Larry. He plays a couple of a ranger and a fighter.
No.
Barbarian.
Ranger in one and a barbarian in the other.
Yeah, who wants to kind of... Jamie, since you're in the first game and the Delvers, go ahead and kind of talk a little bit and represent some of the other players that aren't here so that everyone kind of can get to know some of the other characters that you guys have.
So our other players, we have Shelt and Kester, who came to us as a pair, and they are best friends. Kester is actually a wizard. So a lot of our time we spend protecting him because he can't really cast. Like, he can't do any of his impressive stuff unless we're really far away from civilization.
I see, yes.
And then Shelt is his best friend and also a mage hunter. And there's some backstory there that we don't know, but we can surmise some things. And then Nox, we talked about Nox earlier. Nox is played by Connor. That is our dwarven cleric of Krolome. Krolome, the god of freedom and the sea, and he is wonderfully and beautifully obsessed with ships. He's our captain when our other captain is away, and our shipwright. Let's see, and then Larry plays. Let's see, first game. Jabo. Larry plays a Warforged, and he's interesting because his character has actually been around longer than some of the gods. Like the god that I follow or my character follows is Sanilis, and she is actually newer to the world than the Warforged, who fought in the original wars, split up the gods and made them all angry, and a bunch of history that I don't know yet. And I'm not supposed to know yet.
Spoilers.
Oh no!
Did I
See?
miss anybody?
So, Spoopy, do you kind of want to tell us a little bit more about your characters that are in the deputies?
Absolutely. So there is Finn, the Changeling Rogue. That's me. There is Nibbles. He plays Jabo in their game. He's Nibbles. He's a goblin barbarian who runs around in a wedding dress for reasons that have not come out in game. We have Granite. That is Miss Jamie here plays Granite, and I'll let her tell about herself in a second. We have Clayton Moore. He is a druid druid kind of ranger, might be cross-classing. And he is an absolute bookworm nerd and adorable, and we love him. And then we have Miss Gwynna, who is a water genasi druid and doesn't speak common very well and has the most important NPC on her side, and that is Tuna the corgi, who is also a magnificent thing. And then we have Beholder. We have a friend of ours who joined a little later. His character name is Bernard, but he goes by B or Beholder. He's also kind of a spy, like Finn is a spy, and was Finn's contact when we got into the place that we're going to spy. And he's a arcane archer, which Casey has determined is divine magic, based on nature divine magic, as opposed to arcane, which I have feels about that, but that's beside the point. They know what I'm talking about. But it's great because there was a episode early on where we're all getting to know each other, and we kind of like parsed out everyone's like archetypes, as it were. And we basically have the Breakfast Club, and you should definitely watch it because it's fantastic as we go through and realize each person's archetype. Yeah,
that sounds amazing. Now I'm going to have to rewind. Let's talk a little bit about Tuna. Tell me about Tuna. Tell me about the corgi.
Tuna is Gwynna's emotional support corgi. We haven't actually determined if maybe we think that Gwynna might be Tuna's emotional support genasi person. Very beginning, Gwynna got a bag of doggy treats and has been trying to use the doggy treats to train and get Tuna to do what Tuna is told to do, and Tuna does not do what Tuna is told to do. That's really hard to say. And unfortunately, the player had been having a lot of tech issues getting connected, but we just got her a new computer and laptop, and I'm really excited to see where it goes as we develop both our characters, but also developing Tuna. Like Tuna is the most important NPC in this campaign. Almost.
See, that's what I'm
Almost.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying every little thing's got its role, and they just you think it's small and it just gets so big.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with the show? Is there anything you guys think you're missing that is important for people to know, so that maybe like tell them where they can find you and stuff like that? We'd love to be able to know exactly where that's going to be at, because I know I can find you on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I know that I can.
I know I can find anyone.
So we play on Twitch on Tuesdays. So tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's uncommon_gaming. I will put the Twitter and all of those links in the chat here in a little bit, because I don't have them prepared.
Also, if you guys have a hard time finding them, we will also be hosting on our channel. So that'll be another avenue. So we'll have you guys also through Cleric Games.
Yes. Excuse me, I'm still getting.
Yeah. So so tonight is our 20th episode, and we are giving away a 5th edition DM guide and monster manual probably at our intermission time. So join in and let's make someone into a good DM.
Yeah.
The world
about
needs
that.
more DMs.
The world needs more. There's a lot of players, not enough DMs.
Accurate.
Use a DM's guide to be a good DM.
Yeah. Well, it's
Well, you gotta learn somewhere.
It's
Yeah.
a good outline.
It's a tool set.
I know.
It's a guide, is what it is.
It
They
might
need to
be
create
a
like
crutch,
a
but it
pocket-sized
gets
book.
people out of their shell.
Yeah, it's a name. It's in the name. It's the DM's guide.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a little guide, They gotta create a little pocketbook, is what they should do. That'd be actually pretty awesome. A little leather-bounded pocketbook.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be great.
I don't read, but I DM, so just saying.
So, Jamie, you want to let everybody know how we know each other?
Oh yeah, so we know each other through Ren Fair. We met at Washington Midsummer Renaissance Fair, which happens in Bonnie Lake the first 3 weekends of August. And I totally want to come play in your Merrywick game this year.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that next adventure ready. That's gonna be a fun time.
I know. Well, if you haven't played, just a little tiny tip: the kid that his birthday is today, he's one of the main characters in the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of figuring out if he's a little shithead or not. And so,
spoiler, he is.
Well, I have a bunch of German mercenaries that want to come play, I think so.
Oh, fantastic. No, yeah. And I believe this year we are also going to be doing an after hours for the employees. We're trying to get something like that planned out. So I know that there's going to be some big stuff that we have for the cast members of the fair. So I know that there's some big things this year. It'll be our 3rd year. So I know that we have some nice stuff that we want to do this year for sure. Yeah.
Well, Spoopy comes with me. She's one of our German mercenaries.
Yeah.
Trying to talk Amanda.
I'm easy to talk
Once you have to
into.
kill
I have a costume. It's getting the husband to go. Because I don't like going alone, and I don't want to.
Wouldn't be going alone.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
It's true to be going
you're
alone.
never
I don't want to be
alone.
like,
Look how many
here,
are
watch
just
the
here."
kid for the entire weekend.
Hey, I heard a rumor that there's going to be a daycare there for participants this year.
Oh.
There's going to be a what?
Daycare.
A daycare?
For
No,
participants.
I don't want to go to the daycare.
I don't know if I was
you
supposed to
guys.
say
I
don't
finally
know. I
have a
just
place
heard
to
a rumor.
stick Mikey, dude. That's awesome.
I will be on my best behaviors.
Okay, Mikey last year, lightsabers, thunderstorm, waving them around like a maniac.
Hey, listen.
Red and blue.
All I want
right
to.
after the cops.
I just.
like,
I just
The
wanna,
best is when he starts making the noises like he's Link.
I
When
just
he's
wanna-
all,
I just-
and he starts going in circles. You're like, oh my God, what happened?
Listen, I want to clearly state
You have to come hang out with us at the
lightsabers
camp,
and
obviously.
lightning. Those go
Don't try
together.
this at home.
Don't try this out.
Yeah.
I may have been pretty drunk,
As everyone normally is at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Their campaign setting, is it mostly in water? Because I saw a very small portion of the map, and I saw that there was like 2 continents, kind of like World of Warcraft, but like you guys were on a boat most of the time.
It started out with us in a city in the middle where we spent like
6 episodes.
6 episodes earning our boat. Yeah. But now that we have the boat, we mostly are traveling from continent to continent and country to country, trying to find adventure.
Nice.
I've always wanted to play in like a boat theme.
How is your DM doing progression? Is it like when he decides to level up, or does he give out experience? I'm just curious for like your homebrew game, like what those rewards are.
He calls it milestone based.
Okay.
The first time we leveled up was the first time we asked, "Hey, when are we going to level up?"
Yeah, I think it's whenever we ask. At this point, it's like whenever we ask, we get to level up.
Yeah, or like
He'll hear
not every
you.
time, every other time or so, he's like, "Yeah, I guess you've got enough points to level up." But he's trying to balance the 2 campaigns that don't play the same amount of hours and keep us at relatively the same levels.
What
So.
level are you guys right now?
6 and
6.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're 6 in the secondary and 7 or 8 for 7 in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked a bit
I let
about
D&D
classes.
Beyond do all that work for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do the math. I'm like, well, I'm a 4th level fighter, and I just got my 3rd level in rogue. Yeah, 7.
So we've talked a bit about classes and races for the show. To get more personal, to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more, if you could choose, what would be your class and race in real life? Like Cindy would be a goblin necromancer.
That's true.
That's
Ooh.
very true.
A short one too.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be the shortest goblin. What race would I be?
You would be a half orc.
I'd be a furbolg.
Yeah, furbolg.
You think so?
Furbolg.
Only if I was a wizard, though.
No, definitely not a wizard. You'd be a furbolg bard that would just wreak havoc.
I would serenade everyone
laughing
around me.
hysterically as you wreaked havoc.
Yeah, everything would be very fur-based.
Very simple.
I think I would.
Anyways.
What's that? Okay, Amanda, what would you be?
Oh man. So I think I would actually probably be a drow ranger or rogue.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
I know, right? Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Jamie.
I would be a tabaxi bard.
That's a good call.
I feel like
I like that. I would
Naps
definitely
and
be-
singing and
Mm-hmm.
storytelling. Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, honestly... I mean, if I was going to choose for myself, I would probably choose exactly the same thing, a tabaxi bard. And Spoopy.
That's a really good question. I really, really, really like Changeling. So mechanically, when it went from UA to official content, they pretty much stripped all of my racial abilities, which was super unfortunate. But I just love the flavor of getting to be anyone, anytime that you want to be, which is really attractive for me. So I'd be a Changeling. And then class, I don't know. I really like Druid. I like shapeshifting. That might be a thing. So I'd probably be a Changeling Druid.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
She'd be proficient in calligraphy tools, though.
I would turn into
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Become all the things.
Painter supplies.
Yeah, see, if I wasn't going to be able to be a tabaxi, if I had to be, like, in the world of, like, Eberron, where tabaxis were very uncommon, I would probably be, like, a shifter of some sort that was, like, feline-related shifter. You know what I mean? That would probably be what I would do.
I'd probably still be a furbolg.
As a Changeling, I can be a Tabaxi. I can still make cat naps.
Yeah, exactly. You can be whatever you want as a changeling. I've played a changeling before, and that's scary. Like, you start tapping into parts of yourself, you're like, wow, did I really just say that? Did I really think about that right now and just think that was a good idea? I gotta evaluate myself as a person right now.
Magical secrets catnap if she's a tabaxi.
What's that?
Would Jamie, as a bard, magical secrets the spell catnap because she's a tabaxi?
That would be cool.
Oh, would you do that, Jamie?
Probably.
Oh, she heard you. She heard you. He's like, I don't think she can hear me.
So we know how we know each other, but how do you all know each other? Like, how did you guys become a group?
I met Spoopy at the Oregon Renaissance Fair. Well, kind of. Is that where we met?
I think it was originally ORF. Yeah, my roommate does Ren Fair, and I tagged along with him at one point, and I met Jamie and fell in love, and now she's one of my best friends.
She was one of my original villagers for ORF.
Mm-hmm. 3 years ago.
And it's more than that.
More than that, yeah. Many years ago.
And Amanda was at Casey's DM table the day that I left my wallet at Larry's house and had to come back and get it, and was told that there was an open table and that I should just sit down.
And then I met Spoopy in Twitch chat, technically.
Yeah. I was like, hi, you guys are awesome. I'm here. Be my friend. And I did. It was fantastic.
And then I said, play Warcraft with me.
And then I
did.
Yeah.
How about the rest of the
D&D,
group?
that's how we know each other.
Yeah, in
How
video
do
games.
you guys like? How did you meet Casey and everyone else that plays? How are they intertwined in your lives?
I mean, you guys have really great chemistry on stream. That's why, like, I wonder, because you guys also have a really good communication. It seems like in like within the storytelling aspect of it. And so, like, how do you guys know each other there? Because, like, if you just met on Twitch and stuff like that, like, how do you create that relationship, you know? Because there's got to be a slight bond. I know from personally playing.
So I met Casey and the rest of them at Game On in Puyallup.
Okay.
Basically, I think we were down a player, and I wasn't there. I had just given birth. And Kyle had dragged him into the game, as well as Connor. And then I had been there for like a year or so prior.
Okay.
So we all just kind of met at a local game shop.
That's awesome. Okay, so you guys at least interacted like in person and played already at tables together before. So did you guys play together before you decided to start streaming, or?
Yep.
Yes. The table, we actually did a table for about a year beforehand where Casey was one of the players and Connor DM'd it. And a lot of us had characters in that were very similar to the characters we're playing now, so that we could get our voices and get our main attributes kind of figured out. And then we just dropped that game and started doing this one on Tuesday nights.
Yep.
So.
Interesting.
And now we've got to find a way to get Casey playing in the game again.
Yeah, by the way, Casey, we're going to kidnap you and make you play Dungeons and Dragons as a player instead of DM.
Every DM's dream words. That's my favorite to hear.
I am a little different, though, because at one point, Miss Jamie was like, hey, you want to come play in D&D on Twitch with me and a bunch of my nerd friends? And I was like, yes, obviously. and she invited me to the channel, and it took us a while to get the first game actually like scheduled. So I ended up just started chatting in channel, and then like I was watching their episodes and stuff, and I started throwing the fan art out, and then we started playing. And you were saying like with the chemistry and everything, that's just, these people are such fantastic people. It's super easy to play with them because they're good role players, they're good people, and hilarious and funny, and just really great people in general. So, Miss Jamie, thank you so much for bringing me along on this ride. It's been amazing.
So, Spoopy, have you played D&D before then? Before you started playing with these guys?
Me?
Yes.
Yes. I'm actually in 2 weekly campaigns plus this like bi-weekly couple times a month game. I play an Aasimar, Divine Soul Sorcerer with a splash of Celestial Warlock. She's about as much like Celestial as you can get in a package. I've played that campaign for over a year, like year and a half. I don't know, BB will tell me. And then I also play a Merfolk homebrew race, Merfolk Barbarian, in another game that's been running for a little over a year. So I've been playing for a while, a lot of different things. I've never really played something that has no spells, which is part of the reason I went with Rogue, because I wanted to play a caster, but all the ones I wanted were arcane, and I was like, eh. So yeah, I've got a couple different games that I've been doing.
So how long have you guys been playing for before you guys started doing the streaming? Like how many years have you guys been into D&D?
You mean the main group?
Just like individually speaking.
Oh, well, I've been playing about 2 years total. I think. No, Bruno says that he's in chat. He says that our main game has been going on for about a year and a half. So that's about when I started really getting into like a long-term campaign. So like year and a half, 2 years.
Okay. So I would assume then all of you guys probably about the same amount of time you guys have been playing D&D, or you got a man is shaking. No,
like 15 years,
okay,
17
so you've
years.
been playing since what, like 3rd edition? Is that when you started?
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5. Yeah. Okay.
Same
for you.
Yeah.
Jamie, what about you?
I played a couple of campaigns with some friends in 2017 that was 3.5, but we never got past like level 3 or 4. And then I started playing with this group in 2018, so it's only been a couple of years.
Have any of you DM'd before?
Yes, I have.
I have aspirations.
15 years under your belt. I'm sure you've probably done
I
everything.
only recently started DMing.
Oh, okay.
So Amanda, how do you like 5th edition as opposed to 3.5 when you started?
Honestly, I like that 5th edition's more streamlined.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like there's more, like in a weird way, like it's streamlined, but it still has more role, like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's got. I think I know where you're trying to get to, but because it is streamlined, they condensed a lot.
Yeah,
however,
but it's also still flexible.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, you don't feel so
I like
contained.
That word. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I personally started about 2.5 years ago. I think 2.5, 3 years ago personally too. So I came in at like 4th edition.
Yeah, didn't you guys get all the 4th edition books?
Yeah, we invested in the 4th edition.
And then you guys were like, nah.
Well, because when we got into 4th edition, I was trying to build a character, and it was like my first character, so it took for me to finally build that character. It was like, oh, and here's 5th edition.
I believe it.
And then it was like, okay, well, I already have a character built. This is the changes now to 5th edition. Let's roll. All right, let's go.
You can build a character in 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Now I only build
2 hours. You just click one button on D&D Beyond. You're like, random character done. There you go. I'm gonna be
I'm scared of that. That's like going on Overwatch and playing the random mode where they're like, you're this character now. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
She said, how do you even play Winston? You just jump.
I can't do that. I would have, Spoopy, you are brave. I would have so much anxiety. Be like, I've never played a wizard before. I don't know how to do this.
It could be fun though, doing a completely random character.
It's really good for one-shots. If you're like, I have no idea what to play, click that random button. That happened to me. I'm
pretty sure Casey's made us do that
one-shot.
For a one-shot.
I have
done
that.
We play a lot of one-shots on weekends that we don't stream.
We do a lot of what's it called, events. We do a lot of epic events where some of them require where it's like you go and you sit down to play this game at a convention and they have a pre-generated character and everyone at the table has to pick one of those characters to play this game. I have done that, but I've always been safe and played something that I'm familiar with. Like Rogue has always been like pretty like, okay, yeah, you can have Rogue. You know what I mean? And so like I normally grab a Rogue and I'm good to go. But if I'm gonna if I'm gonna grab D&D Beyond and I'm gonna be like, let's do this, it'd be like me fighting.
We have to do this
like
now.
double side, like the opposite ends of magnets. I'd be like, I can't.
It has been decided in my heart and in my mind that we have to have random one shots on,
Now see,
on Thursdays.
Spoopy, you spoke to Mikey's heart because
I need this.
He loves random shit. Like
Random name generator needs to be tattooed on my chest.
Like seriously, you need that with like a button.
Though.
I want all the categories down my belly.
Oh my god.
It's great that you talk about chaos because the one and only game I've ever actually DM'd was literally just chaos incarnate. It was every time someone did like one of the players had a bag of tricks, except instead of the usual little list, I was like, all right, random. Oh, you pulled out a Pikachu, and it immediately gets squashed by the Manticore or something like that, and is basically a wild magic at everything constantly, and it was so much fun. And it was just we only played like 2 sessions, but I really enjoyed it a lot.
I just had that conversation with somebody with Josh the other day because I had someone come up to me at the event on Thursday that we do at Foxy Lady Bar, and he was like, I really want to play your Ebenron game. And I'm like, okay, great. And he's like, so I have a 3rd edition Ebenron character, and I want to know if I could transfer that. And I'm like, well, let's see. What do you got? And he's like, I have this half drow that's not human and drow. It's dwarven and drow mix. And that already is starting to I'm already like, oh no, brain malfunctioning. What am I going to do about this? And then he's like, and then I forget what class it was. And he's like, and she deals with wild magic because she learned it from some old lady. And I
don't
said,
think you learn wild magic.
let me have your character sheet, and I got 2 weeks to figure this out. So I'll help you figure that out.
Just send him an email and be like, look, you look like a nice candidate, but we're gonna go someplace else.
No,
Just gonna take this in another direction.
Yeah, no. I told him, I'm like, he's like, I already assume I'm gonna have to pick one certain race and like kind of like have little characteristics of the other half. Like if they go with the half drow, they speak dwarven. I don't know, something like that. And so then I'm like, you're gonna have to figure out your wild magic. I don't know if that's gonna work in Eberron. So
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Maybe you could be a mixed mark so that your magic is just really dangerous. And I don't know. I have to work that out. But yeah, that's what I get to look forward to, ladies.
Fun. Just we have elf with beard and a dwarven accent.
Can you imagine a short little dark dwarf with pointy ears? I mean, that's what I would assume.
I did not imagine that. I imagined like literally half like arm, leg, half of the head drow, and the other half was like dwarf, and I put them together and it was like whoop, and
that's like Spy Kids creepiness. What are you talking about?
I know. That's why I was laughing because I was like,
at what point do you just say like, just play a gray dwarf?
there we go.
Right, a Durgar and Drow.
Yeah,
and a Durgar and a Drow love each other very, very much.
Are my favorite.
Debatable.
This is the same guy who came up to me when he was like, yeah, I'll build an AL character and just start doing it on his own. I was like, if you have any questions about it, let me know. And he came up to me and he was like, okay, so I have it down. I was like, cool, let me take a look at it. AL has very strict guidelines. He's like, yeah, I'm a Loxodon Artificer. I was like, oh, okay, first of all, you can't be a Loxodon in AL because it's from Ravnica. You can't be an Artificer because this game's not Eberron.
I know, and it sucked because he asked me beforehand, before he got there, what to do with the AL rules, and I tried to explain it, but I know it could be really confusing. When
I
you're
will
trying
say,
to explain how AL works. Do you ladies know how AL works? AL Adventures League.
Adventures League?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so our base of games, so like when you come to Renaissance Fair to play at our tables, we run it as Adventures League. And so trying to explain to somebody the best way of doing it is, yeah, Bruno's got it. It's PHB +1. So you're allowed to have the player's handbook plus one other book. So like if you pick a Tabaxi Bard, you're stuck with Volos. Like you can't go out of Volos. You're in Volos, a player's handbook. So if there was something really cool in Xanathar's, like spells that you wanted to use, you can't touch them.
Right.
So there's that first one. Then there is a point buy system, which I'm sure you guys have probably been told that you had to build characters before to keep it like even, you know? And so the 27 points. What I guess something I should have specified that this person was, Ravnica is not AL legal when you're thinking of your +1 book. So that was my fault, I guess. And then I did try to explain, like, when you're doing the Ebenron thing, the way they set that up is you're allowed Ebenron plus the player's handbook, because Ebenron has the Last War book that they released. And then the player's handbook. And then if you needed to do spells and like references, there's the Xanathars that you're allowed to pull in to use.
Yes.
Xanathars, right? Yes.
Xanathars is going to be your reference book.
Yes. Yes. What is it? Surrender. It's both.
Surrender.
Yes.
Ravnica is both MTG and D&D. That's what he's surrendering.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there we go. Yes. So, and they tried, I mean, there's been rumors that they were trying to do something with Ravnica to make it Adventures League legal, but there was just really, it's difficult.
It's tough. Honestly, like, I would love to see if they could really, like,
it would be fun.
Move that avenue, because there's a lot of really good story and really good elements they have.
Well, I wish they would have done what they did with Ebenron for the Ravnica books. You know what I mean? Because Ebenron, it's not really Adventures League. It's kind of like, it is Adventures League, but it's its own little category within the Adventures League, like cloud, I guess you could say. And I wish they would have done the same thing with that, with Ravnica, because I love Loxodons. I hate having to tell someone they can't play a Loxodon at the table, because that is amazing, but it's not legal.
Such is life.
Such is life. So I think we should get our game going. I'm ready for a game. So ladies, we like to play a game every week that it is, what do we call it? I don't even know what we call it, because we just, what is that? Name that magical item or spell. Is what
so if you're going to do
this, we should just stick with what is that.
You got to stop screen sharing, because we can see everything you're doing on your desktop.
Yeah.
No, you
So I don't want that cheating to be
he
a thing.
says. All right.
So here is your monster. We're gonna start with the monster.
Chat. If you know, refrain from saying anything right now, please.
I know what that is.
So that we can have a chance to make fools of ourselves, and then you can let us know how foolish we are by telling us what it
So
is.
you can write it down.
Who?
To you.
To me?
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, Casey, stop
All right,
typing.
so this thing is kind of like a beholder where it has multiple eyes and can do legendary actions or just regular actions to shoot eye beams. It has a 150 foot cone in front of it that negates of negative energy. If something were to die in this cone, it is resurrected as a zombie.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was then.
It's a pretty rad thing.
And this is a spell?
This is a creature.
This is a creature.
No, this is a magic item.
I know what this is. It's Pikachu!
Told you I knew what it was.
Oh man.
Oh shit!
No idea.
Tard.
Here, I'm gonna do your best guess.
I mean, it looks like a claw.
I was thinking like a Lich Beholder combo, but
Lich Beholder.
I have no idea.
So
Is it
do you have a guess?
A death tyrant? No. Maybe.
Cindy, you got a guess?
Yeah, I made one up. I'm just making.
What are you
up
calling
a
it? What are you calling it?
I'm calling it a jabbering williker.
A jabbering williker. The jabbering williker's special ability is called Bite, where it bites you and it sucks.
I just imagine like.
So, Death Tyrant is correct.
Yes.
It is.
Very much.
Son of a monkey. All right.
Has 19 armor class, 187 hit points on average, 0 movement speed, but a 20-foot fly speed with the ability to hover.
Yes.
It has 10 eye beams. If you want to know what they are, I will give you the names of them. If you want to know what they do, I will read those. So, Charm Ray, Paralyzing Ray, Fear Ray, Slow Ray, Innervation Ray, Telekinesis Ray, Sleep Ray, Petrification, Disintegration, and Death Ray.
What? Intubation?
Disintegration.
No, you had it. I thought it started with an I.
Petrification.
No.
Half of these rays sound like a ray that you get as you become a
Innervation.
mother.
Yeah.
Does anyone know what the innervation ray does?
Does it kill you? It gives you it gives you either a bunch of mana or it lets you free cast for like 30 seconds.
Innervate.
Yeah.
You get a golden star.
That's
cool.
innervate with an I. This is innervate with an E.
Innervate with an E.
Yeah.
So I just want you guys to be forewarned. I have the memory of like a walnut, and so
Walnuts are superfoods for your brain.
yeah, but they don't know things, and I literally like you could tell me something and I'll forget in like the next 5 minutes. So like this is why this is even more hilarious because
So,
I don't know shit.
so the innervation ray, the target makes a con save.
The
takes
day
it-
I win
okay.
something, literally Ben will be like, "There, we need to like have something ready for it to like make like
I'll just come over and
celebration."
just bomb you with confetti. Just throw it right at your face.
Because it'll definitely have to be like, it'll have to be something that you're like, I know you know what this is, Cindy, and I'll be like, I don't know, and then I'll make a guess.
He's
and
gonna-
you'll be like, it's the right thing.
He's gonna put up a silhouette of a tressum, and you'll be like,
I know what it is. It's Pikachu. It's Pikachu. It's Charmander. Okay.
Use a weapon.
Oh my God.
oh, I know what it is.
It's a.
We're trying to get a good look.
Or
It's kind of
magical
small.
items.
Can you make it bigger?
Yeah, make it bigger,
Yeah,
Ben.
And it's just gonna cover somebody's face.
You
That's
just- yeah,
fine.
you can
cover
me.
my.
Cover faces for a second. It's okay.
I want to see
Oh,
what it
man.
looks like up close. Oh, son of a.
It's too small.
Is it like a
Bigger.
wand?
That's a wand.
Yeah.
It's a wand of wand of frostbolt.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wand of
Ooh,
Frost.
yeah,
I mean,
that
that's all I
sounds
can
good.
really think of is a Wand of Frost.
It's a wand of cone of cold. It's a wand of.
It's a frosty
some
boy.
sort of frost-
It's a frosty boy. That's what it is.
It's a frosty boy. I like frosty
Yeah,
boy.
Wand of Frost.
It's not the elder wand. It's not made of you.
This.
Yeah.
It's the Wand of Fire.
This is,
The wand. Sorry. It's a wand of fireballs.
Yeah, no, frosty boy's my final answer here.
I don't know what this one is.
Oh, see? Octopus just totally let us know what it was. Wand of Chill Drinks. I knew it!
Wand of chill drinks. Heck yeah, man.
Staff of Frost.
A staff
Wait,
That
I'm missing a real picture here. It's Elsa's secret wand.
Yeah.
Wand.
This
No,
magic item allows you to cast magic missile into the darkness.
It's Elsa's staff when she gets old and has arthritis and can't hold herself up anymore.
She's like, I used to be so young. So
See, there's no scale. It's kind of hard to tell if it's
Yeah.
this big or like.
Yeah, like it
Yeah,
looks like
it
a
could be like-
wand.
Yeah, it could be a wand. It could be a
All right.
staff.
We're warmed up. We're warmed
It could just
up.
be an icicle.
We're not warmed up. We're
the
chilling
wand of
out.
icicles.
It requires attunement by a druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. You have resistance to cold damage while holding it. It has 10 charges. You can use 5 charges to cast Cone of Cold, 1 charge to cast Fog Cloud, 4 charges for Ice Storm, or 4 charges for Wall of Ice. And per long rest, it gains 1d6 plus 4 charges each day.
That's a
I-
legendary weapon.
I
It
would
is.
give this to Spoopy because she's the one who said Cone of Cold. She,
I did say cone of cold.
Yeah.
Wand of cold of cold.
I definitely. I'm gonna give this to you.
I prefer wand of fireballs. That was.
I think wand of fireball is still my favorite.
Wand of frosty boy.
Wand of frosty boy.
Wand
It's
of
a
Frosty
really
Boy.
big wand. It's like
actually, I use this wand to make Dole Whip. So.
Oh, Dole Whip sounds amazing.
Oh man, it's like the
That's-
ice cream.
that's pretty cool.
Like if you're making ice cream, you just stir until it turns into ice cream. That's all
And
you
that's
do.
why it has a little curl, because you got to get the wand out of it.
Oh,
you know
that
what I
makes
mean?
so much sense. Wand of soft serve.
The best.
I love the
line.
idea that you've got this like wizened old ancient mage using this legendary artifact to create ice cream.
It's because she's a grandma, and that's what she does. She's
Yeah,
when the kids
yeah.
come to visit, she's like, "Here you go."
Alright, the next one does not have an image, but it is a spell. I will tell you the description and then we'll go from there. It is a 7th level spell that it takes 12 hours to cast. It is all verbal, somatic, and has material components. The material components is snow or ice in quantity sufficient to make a life-size copy of something. Hair, fingernail clippings, or other pieces of a creature's body that is placed inside the snow, and a powdered ruby worth 1,500 gold.
I know exactly what this spell is, so I'm gonna let them guess.
I'm gonna guess
Oh,
that
man.
this spell.
It lasts until it is dispelled, and it is an illusion magic.
That sounds like some more Elsa shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's what is this like the summon Olaf?
Yeah, or Marshmallow, the big monster. It's
Frosty the Snowman.
Summon Marshmallow?
I
Like
like Marshmallow.
there's options here.
It was such a happy little ice.
Before you answer it, I want to make my guess, but nope, I'm not gonna say it. I almost made a crit roll spoiler. Crit roll spoiler.
Thank
What's
you,
your
Game
guess?
Jockey. Appreciate the
What's your
follow.
It's just
Do you want my guess?
yeah.
The simulacrum.
Yeah, go for it, because it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm pretty sure I
Is
know
it
what
simulacrum?
It is simulacrum.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say.
That's what I was gonna say.
I didn't know it
Let's-
needed-
let's- the snow threw me
I
off.
wasn't gonna say
How did you
that.
spell the snowman?
I was gonna say
Because
like.
I thought simulacrum was clay.
I was gonna say like what is it? The something servant.
That's what got me.
Unseen servant.
Unseen servant, but that's not it.
It is
You
that.
can do that at like level 2 or what?
It's made out of water, and water is see-through, so it makes it unseen.
Simulacrum
I hate
is
myself for not being able to remember anything.
I
it's
know
a
some
really
How do I
fun
DM
spell.
anything? Thank God they have manuals or modules.
Man,
Do you know what
thank
it
God
does?
They have manuals.
Well, they are manuals, technically.
I need the manuals.
Ugh.
Do you guys know what simulacrum does?
Yes, please tell us.
You create look, there it is. You create a clone of yourself and it can cast a certain number, like if you're a caster, it can cast spells. And if you happen to have a level 20 wizard and he makes a simulacrum, you basically have 2 level 20 wizards and then totally screws over your big bad guy, isn't that right, in your one shot? And
They're
then
just missing
that is a
the
very
one
specific
spell that they
reference.
use.
That's when you learn the wizard was actually the bad guy all
lol.
Bruno seems to have issues with this spell. I'm assuming there's a story
What is
behind this spell.
is the trick casting wish to make
The what?
extra? You cast simulacrum,
There are.
and then you have simulacrum wish for another simulacrum.
That does not work in AL, but it does work in regular games.
That's what it is.
So you either do this or you just make sure you have Spoopy the Changeling in your group, and then you just have the Changeling do that.
But there's
No,
it's a way that you can make an infinite army of yourself.
Oh, that's crazy.
simulacrum
However-
cast simulacrum.
That's worse.
They can only cast a limited number. I think they can only cast like 5th level.
Yeah,
could be
there's a
wrong.
certain, but all you do
No.
is you just swarm out critters.
If you use a 7th level spell to cast it, you do not have that sim does not have the 7th level spell, nor does it regain spell slots. Octopus, that is what Puma is. So
Yes.
you use your 7th level spell to cast it, you can use Wish to cast it again, and then you can use your 8th level spell to cast it again, all out creating 4. In AL, you can't have more than one simulacrum.
Yeah.
But there are tricks and stuff to make sure that your simulacrum has all their spells in Adventurously that we're not going to spoil because it's cheap.
Yeah. There's things, but yeah, I was like, it's a crit roll thing, but I didn't want to go into it. So
Thanks to this embodied voice. that's Ben Kenobi.
Yeets.
Ben Jammin. The many names of Ben.
Yes.
There's not many faces of Ben. It's the many names of Ben.
I still like Ben's hashtag.
What's that? Benobi?
No, Ben is.
Oh, Ben is.
Yes.
Did you see me send in my request on Warhorn to set up? I was all, I'm Brittany, bitch. I was hoping you'd see that. I don't know why. I thought it was so fun. I was so high. I took the biggest dab, and I started laughing. And Josh is like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Cause I just told Ben I'm Brittany, bitch."
You're fired.
I still think it's funny, and I don't know why. Oh my god, Josh told me I have a really bad habit of doing that, of like laughing at people's faces when I'm really high or drunk. Yeah. At my own jokes.
I can confirm this,
Oh
Cindy.
no.
It's okay. Though.
I apologize ahead of time, ladies, if I ever do that to any of you. All right. One more, I think, and we will do our closing ceremonies. Oh, my baby's crying. Don't cry, Mama.
She's so whiny.
She's so
crying.
cute.
She's so cute. Those
Ahsoka
big
was just
eyes.
staring at us like.
So are we doing another guest thingy, or are we?
We
What's the
are,
plan?
but we're waiting for a second because we have a puppy crying in the studio.
Oh no, puppy!
Okay, we got one
Can you
more.
please roll an animal handling check?
Oh, okay. While we're
Yeah.
waiting for the puppers to be taken care of, if you guys want to throw out those tags one more time of your guys' Twitch, please go ahead and call that out.
We'll let you go first.
Who, me?
Yes.
You'll have to say that again because my AD didn't roll hard.
Where can they find you, Miss Jamie?
Oh, you can find me on Twitch at Jamie May Odinson or on Facebook as Jamie May Odinson.
Yeah.
JAYMAE.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting myself
Yeah, you
confused.
gotta spell it because it's not spelled the
and then-
usual way.
JAYMIEMAEODINSON.
And for me, it would be both Twitter and Twitch at Skyzeo, SKYEZEO.
And I am Spoopy Art Ghost, and I have zero social media relevant to any of this. I am working. I will eventually get to the point. Pretty soon, I'm going to be moving to a more stable internet connection, and then I'm going to start streaming under Spoopy Art Ghost on Twitch, and I'm probably going to be doing video games and art, like streaming my art process, and people can watch me be a nerd.
And then
Oh,
in the
I've
chats, we've also posted the Uncommon Gaming link, so you guys can click that, follow them, check them out. Tonight at 6 until whenever. Let us continue with our finale. Ben, quit looking at me because I hate you so much right now. We're not friends.
Yes, we
Anymore.
are. We're all friends. At least while the camera's rolling.
That's
We're
fair.
gonna raid Bonsai?
No,
Are
we
we-
have one more game, Ben.
Yeah, they
We're
want
doing
to
a
do
game?
one
We do
more.
one more. It's only
I don't know
$2.99.
what's going on. I'm scared.
You want to do one more guessing game?
Yes.
Sorry, my misunderstanding. Hang on, I gotta find one.
Oh, I got one in my head.
No, you have to guess.
No, you have to guess now, Ben. We'll play it like 20 questions.
Are we gonna
Do you
go
want
with
us
the
to just throw out
frosting here?
questions?
Is it bigger than a bread box?
Sure, we can do.
Is it a bread box?
Is it a bread box? That's a good question.
It's a mimic, isn't it?
Is it a
It
mineral?
bigger
Is
than
it a
bread box.
plant?
Do you want the visual or no? Because it kind of gives it away.
Okay.
Don't give us a visual. Describe it in the best of your words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like this.
They are very large. They are a race in and of themselves.
Merfolk.
Larger than
They're-
a folk.
Larger than
Giraffe.
Merfolk.
You
They
got
have-
really garbly, and I didn't actually hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay, so they are like huge creatures. They generally travel or meander amongst themselves. They are of ice and snow, and they have hair and beards of pale white or light blue. with
They're
flesh as
Yetis.
blue as
It's
glacial
Yeti.
Yeti.
ice.
It's
Oh, okay.
Yetis.
Their respect only brute strength and skill in battle. The Reavers are freezing lands beyond civilization. They are fierce,
They're
hardy
Yetis.
warriors that survive on the
Yeti or
spoils
Frost
of their
Giant?
raids and pillaging. They respect only brute strength and skill in battle,
I
demonstrating both
have a
scars
guess.
and grisly trophies as they take it from their enemies.
You guys, I don't know if it's just me, but you guys are garbling in and out really badly. I don't know what's going on. I think it's my
Get
internet.
closer? Are you gonna put the microphone in?
They still won't be able to hear me.
Even if you come close then?
Show us the picture.
Show you the
No!
Yes, show us a picture.
It's Frost
Yeah.
Giant.
I'm voting Yeti.
Giant.
It is
I'm voting Flump.
It's not a Yeti.
Frost giant.
Frost Giant.
I'm gonna
Could be
go
Frost
with
Giant.
a frost giant.
It's clearly a Flump.
Is it a frost giant?
Wait for
It's
it.
definitely a Frost
It's a
Giant.
Frost Giant.
No,
Yay!
that's definitely a Flump.
I want to hug him. Look at his big
He looks
muscles.
friendly. I
He
want to
looks so
arm wrestle
friendly.
him and lose.
I want to nuzzle in his beard and be like, "Hey, we're friends now."
Can I wear let's just snuggle into his beard? Use it like a blanket.
Yes, I bet you that thing is so warm.
Wait, do you think it's
Oh,
warm or do
I'll
you
bring
think
my
it's cold?
crochet hook. Let's just make.
I think it
I
think it feels like the cool side of the pillow at all times.
I would be down for
I was
that.
gonna say I don't think he's very warm to cuddle, being an ice giant.
True, we need
that's
a
what
fire
the
giant
armor
for
is.
that.
Maybe the armor just has like a little bit of like
Can
insulation.
we have a lukewarm giant?
Anyways,
Would that just be just a giant?
we're
giant.
out of time.
A lukewarm giant's just giant, Jamie.
A lukewarm giant sounds like
I'll take one of those, please.
We're out of time. Thank you so much for joining us today. It was great meeting you guys.
Thank
Heck
you,
yeah.
Delvers and deputies. We really appreciate you guys coming on. We thank you for sharing your art, Spoopy, and Jamie and Amanda for explaining your guys' characters and your story. And we can't wait to watch and find out more of what's going on. And congratulations on your 20th episode and to many more. And I can't wait to see you guys at Renaissance Fair.
I can't hear you guys anymore. My internet is crashing.
It's okay. It's not just you.
And,
Oh no!
And Spoopy is now a ghost.
Spoopy is
Oh no!
Spoopy.
Spoopy's a
Time to
ghost.
go rate Bonsai.
All right, bye guys. We're gonna be rating my friend Bonsai, and she's pretty tinker-tastic. Make sure everyone says hi. Bye.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay, we are out.